Welcome back to Real Skate Stories. Today, the Raging Waters Boomaramp. In 1987, designer, builder, and president of Raging Waters, Tom Lochtefelt, called OG skater and snowboarder and owner of Session Skate Shop, Joel Gomez, asking for help with consulting and building the ramp, and later to help organize the legendary contest there. Skater Andy Berendsen was working at the Session Skate Shop at that time, and Joel recommended him to Lochtefelt, and he headed the project.
And I went to his office and I said, "Hi, Tom, how you doing? I'm Andy, talk to you at Sessions." And he goes, "I want to build a pool." And I said, "Why?" And he said, "Because I want to use skateboarding as a way to entertain my guests at the water slide park." And I said, "Okay." So I went to Stevie's house, Caballero, and I said, "Stevie, let's design a pool. What do you want? What do I want?" And we designed a figure eight pool with hips on both sides, deep end, shallow end, so you could air from one side to the other, And we designed this perfect pool. And then we decided where to put it. And then the retaining wall for the pool, because it was on the side of a hill next to a water slide park, where all the water slides, you have to walk up the ladder, so you go down the slide. So it was on the edge of that mound. The retaining wall alone cost $14,000. And they said, "No, we can't do that." And I'm all, "Okay, whatever. Well, build a ramp, design a ramp." And I'm all, "Okay." And then 3 days later, he calls me up and he's like, "Andy, can you design me the best ramp in the world?" And I said, "Well, yeah, but I'm not sure what you're asking. I mean, we're under a cost restraint here, so I'll build you something nice. It'll be kind of like Mile High, and but better transitions, because Mile High was a little bit tight. I was going to open it up a little bit." And then I went to sleep on it that night, and I woke up the next morning and I went, "I'm going to make a round ramp. I'm going to make a bowl out of wood." And as far as I know, I'm the first one in the world that made a real bowl out of wood. And so I designed it, and I told Tom about it, and I said, "We're going to build a ramp." And he said, "About how much it's going to cost?" And I said, I told him, I did the math, about 17,000. He said, "Okay, we can do that. Let's build it." So I had to actually draw the blueprints myself with my 8th grade level blueprint drawing mechanical skills. And it had to be okayed by the city and all that. And the design I came up with was basically a layering design, and cut the pieces of plywood, the layers, in place. And I did a skeleton of it. I did all my transitions. And I knew it would work before I ever built it. I knew it would work. And I went with 9.5-foot transitions and 1.5 foot of vert, because I wanted it to be something that everybody could skate. I didn't want to make it gnarly to only the pros, that kind of thing. I wanted everybody to be able to skate this thing. And the ramp was 132 feet wide. I put a tombstone in it with 4.5 feet of vert, and I put a canyon that was 4 feet across. So we had a little something there. And then the hip, the bowl to the hip, it was kind of like an elbow noodle. It went back on itself, So the bowl was a 35-foot radius, and the hip was a 3.5-foot radius, and it had somewhere around 12 feet of flat bottom, something like that. And so it was all my idea. I designed it, built it, And then the first time we went to skate it, I was unsure that it was going to work because of the plies on the corner, the big bowl. So I invited Rob Roskop to come skate it with us because he's a big, heavy dude and he's a good skater. They said, Rob, do a big old carve on this fucking bowl and see if it holds up. And the first time we skated the bowl, because the flat parts were fine, but the bowl was the deal. He put wheel marks in for like 20 feet. His wheels busted right through the fucking masonite. And he's like, and then he jumped off and did a knee slide. And I'm all, okay, I guess it doesn't work. So I had to put 2 more layers on it. So altogether, the thing had 2 layers of 3/8 and then a layer of masonite. And then we tested it and it didn't work. So we did another layer of 3/8 and then another layer of masonite. So it had like, 5 or 6 layers. And then it worked. Rob, come back out. I replied it. Let's go. And he fucking wrote it and it worked. And then we started ripping the ramp. And the hip was another story because I wanted somebody to make this hip out of fiberglass. And so I hired a boat company to make the fiberglass hip. And they did a shitty job. I told them I need it to be up to here to this surface and up to here to that surface, up at the coping level. And they fucked it. And I was like, shit. So I had to rebuild it myself with plastic filler, Bondo. And I was out there with the disc grinder and Bondo for like 3 or 4 days. And I made it perfect up to the layer of the 6 layers we put on it. And that hip lasted the whole 2 years we had the ramp, by the way. I only had to relayer the ramp once. Originally, the ramp was supposed to cost $17,000. It ended up costing $66,000, materials and labor, but it was a really good thing. The interesting thing about this ramp is that I made it for me and all my friends, like guys like you, guys like Caballero, Christian Hosoi, Rob Roskop, or me, or all the rats that hung out at Winchester Skate Park. It was a ramp for us to ride. That was the main thing. But after that, I had to conduct skateboarding on it in such a way to attract a crowd. So I had to do professional skateboarding contests on it and stuff, and I wanted to mix it up. So what I did is I did roller skate competitions, rollerblade competitions, BMX competitions, and skateboard competitions. And when I did that, this is way before X Games and the Do It Tour, and everybody fucking hated me for it. Andy, don't let those BMXers ride the goddamn ramp. They're going to ruin it. And I'm all, fuck you, dude. And when I invited the BMXers out, they ripped the ramp better than the skaters. They fucking ruled that ramp. They were doing airs over the hip and fucking 540 McTwists on their bikes and 720s and shit and disasters. Oh, God, they fucking ripped. And these were all the best BMXers from the mid 80s to the late 80s. I mean, these guys were the shit. And then I invited the roller skaters from the late 70s, and Duke Rennie, Fred Blood, they were my heroes because I used to ride the keyhole at Winchester. And I used to ride the keyhole with the best in the world, Caballero, Kevin Reed and Scott Foss and all the locals at Winchester. And so Duke Rennie and Fred Blood were roller skaters, and they used to rip the keyhole better than we did. And I wanted to do what they could do, which was 540 airs and 720s. And they did it way before anybody, and it's like, because they were riding roller skates. So I invited them to the ramp, and I did a triple competition one day on the ramp, and I had roller skaters, BMXers, and skateboarders. And the skateboarders complained. They complained. But the roller skaters were like, thanks for inviting me. And the BMXers were all, thanks for inviting me. And we had a really good contest, and it was a really cool mixture of riding the same ramp, but on different vehicles. And basically, if you think about it, I kind of invented the X Games. I invented the fucking Dude Tour. And I was the first guy that integrated all these action sports and made it happen because I had a big enough venue to make it happen. And I ended up doing like 5 professional skateboard competitions on there. And remember back in the day where it was always like Christian Hosoi winning every fucking contest because he did big giant airs? So I did this one time, I did this contest and I called it Lip Trick 88. And I did a lip trick competition. So I was trying to get people to concentrate on the coping and the lip and you do more critical maneuvers instead of just giant airs. And everybody complained. But what is skateboarding now? You know, it's not just big airs. They do fucking street maneuvers on the fucking lip.
Beautiful. Yeah. Okay, I think we're ready for the Gib. Texas, drop it in and turn it up. Big old boosting front side bonus. Payback roll out the tail. Head turn the hip, lead the tail. 15 seconds. Still working that ramp. Kind of a handout, lay back, roll out for the channel. Closing in 5, 4. Nice, big tail slam. That's it for Texas. John Gibson.
I know he does, It's going to be time for Monty Nolder with one more trick. All right, final lip trick action, Eddie Elguera. Final lip trick action, Eddie Elguera. Eddie goes right back and attacks that hip where he bailed before. Stop the clock and then bail rule. Bring it back in. Dwayne syndrome. Yeah.
Nice backside layback grind. Reverts from a tail slide. 15 seconds in. Named after Eddie. Backside 360. And that's going to be time for Eddie Elguera. Make it faster. Back swing. Chris. No bail rule, Chris. You got to get back on it. 15 seconds, Chris.
Mad.
Clock starts when you do Al. Alan Midgett.
Axle stall, invert, nasty backside slashing. And that's going to be about time for Alan Midgett. Stalling grind, lay back, hangs it up. Alan Midgett.
Set it down. You know, waiting for me, man?
Yep. Is everybody ready out there? Spectators, let's hear some noise. Show them what you like. Let them hear it.
Bring it up, Christian.
Hey, Christian will show you what he likes to do best.
Big air.
Let's get rad. Everywhere. There's a long one, tries to get the tail down, 15 seconds. Snappies it up there. Lay back grind. Revert. Revert. And this will be time. That's time for Christian. Bakey ollie to tail tap in. Christian Hosoi. You gotta love it. Well over 16 foot. Let's see if we can top that. He's got enough room up there.
Pick it up. Bravo.
We have to start to work the ball. Just to get the room that he needs.
Did you come up with the name Boomaramp?
No, Tom did. I didn't want to call it that because I thought it sounded stupid, but it was shaped kind of like a boomerang because it went back on itself, and he was trying to make it a popular sounding thing. Again, going back to the design of the ramp, I made it up. It was just something that I thought needed to happen because all the parks closed. I did a Saturday morning kids show called Home Turf. And this is kind of funny when I did that show because Stevie and Christian were there, and I'm all, "Hey guys, you need to ride for the show," and they're like, "No," and I'm, "Well, what do you mean no?" And they're like, "It's your turn, Andy. You fucking ride." So I did the Home Turf show all by myself with Stevie and Christian watching me. I used to love doing these big carves around the ramp and get max speed, and I used to do these layback slides for like 20, 25 feet across the ramp because it was masonite, and just fucking power slide, lay back. It was like riding a wave. And then there was everybody from around the industry that skated. And one of the ones that I loved skateboarding with one time was Jay Adams. And we're skateboarding together and we're doing laybacks with each other and stuff. And because he was layback master kind of. And we were trying to lap him over. And he crashed someone and broke his wrist. And he's all, "Andy, I broke my wrist." So I had to take him to the hospital.
I was with you.
You remember that day?
Yeah, I have photos at the hospital and everything.
There you go. See?
He broke his bicep.
It was fucking gnarly.
Yeah, his
I
bicep.
thought he just broke his wrist.
No, it was his bicep.
His bicep?
I have a photo of the x-ray.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Yeah. You calling me up was kind of exciting to me because I think Raging Water is a turning point in the history of skateboarding. And I think that story needs to be told now. It's been like 40 years, 36 years. It's a big deal. And I think the world needs to know about it. And I also was excited when you said something about 16 millimeter film. You know, that's pretty cool. I had so many people wanting to film there. And I had so much going on that every now and then I had to say no. I said yes to you first before the other guy who did 16 mil back then. He'd get all pissed off at me. And I'm like, dude, I don't have enough ramp space. I just can't do it. You know, you can't come in. And he was bummed at me for like 5 years. And I'm like, sorry, dude, I didn't mean to, you know, you could come another time. And he's like, I'm glad you were there because I think we have a lot of friends in common. And I always saw that back in the day. And you were a ripper. You were pretty good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. And
it's so excited to go there and film. And it's classic. And a lot of the footage from like other guys like Mike Chantry and there's other footage.
Chantry, I let Chantry up on the ramp all the time. He's got stacks of footage from Raging Waters. Stacks. Oh, yeah.
Eddie, out of your side, dropping in here. Inside roll into an invert. There's the front 180. Back in, and he tries it again and pulls it off. Here's the rock and roll. Outside foot flip. 5 seconds. 360 blunt with a hang up and back heel there with a totally spontaneous maneuver on the lip by Eddie Reategui. That's time. All right. Installing invert, neon invert. Backside tail slide. Reaper tail slide. Invert on the extension. Frontside boneless with effect. 15 seconds. Closing in on a 45-second run. That's going to be time for Ken Park. All right, Ken Park. That was lippy. Sketchy. Frontside air to tail tap. Turned up. Even stand-up spot. 15 seconds, Gregor. A high-speed 9. A raw Kiwi slide there. Gregor Johnson! Air walk the tail in. That's going to be time for Craig Johnson. Yes, he's going to try and pull that.
Stevie was a good friend of mine, and he was one of the, if not the best skateboarder at the time in the world.
It's time to go. It's time to start today. So much for the end. Don't be concerned, my friend. Now here we go. Rises on my time, but I'll make the time for you. Answer to yourself, only way will be true. Now's our time, the actions go. Action, here we go. This is not the end. Although you're losing sight, your vision's going dark. Just stay awake till morning light. I'll be right here with you to add peace of mind. Never say So much for the end. Don't be concerned, my friend. Now here we go. Life is on my time, but I'll make the time for you. Answer to yourself, only where will be true. Now's our time, the actions go. Action, here we go. It takes motivation, dedication. Answer to yourself, stay true. Motivation, dedication. Answer to yourself, stay true. Go. It's time you start today. So much for the end. Don't be concerned, my friend. Now here we go. Life is on my time, but I'll make the time for you. Answer to yourself, only where will be true. Now's our time, the actions go. Action, here we go. It takes motivation, dedication. Answer to yourself, stay true. Motivation, dedication. Answer to yourself, stay true. Motivation, dedication. Answer to yourself, stay true. Motivation, dedication. Answer to yourself. It's time to go. It's time to start today. So much for the end. Don't be concerned, my friend. Now here we go. Life is on my time, but I'll make the time for you. Answer to yourself, only way will be true. Now's our time, the actions go. Action, here we go. Being down, you're not the only one. Recover, now you're far from done. With lasting scars to prove your part. Strength is a true measure of heart. Got motivation, got the mind, got dedication, got the pride. I won't stand to be left behind. For idleness, I'm killing time. Choose the right path and follow through. Life is the choices made by you. It's time to go, just start today. Answer to yourself, the only way.
And none finer than Steve Caballero launching the Earthside bonus to do an invert on that high extension. Extension 13.
Yeah! I know it's close.
His strength is 11 foot on the low lift, extension 16. Got 16 feet at the bottom into a 10-foot radius transition. Guess how long or wide this earth is huge. 10 times bigger than your average backyard sinker. And all built and designed by Andy Berendsen.
Tom Lochtefeld, the owner of the park, he said, Andy, you know, we got shit going on and we're going to be draining this and we're going to be cleaning that because we're good buddies. And he just talked to me about his workload. And I said, you're going to drain that pool? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm going to skate it. He said, well, I don't know. And I'm like, no, we're skating it. So I made sure I knew when it was going to be drained. And I went there the day it was drained and I cleaned it and swept it and made it all nice. And I invited some key skateboarders over. And I invited Alba and Keith Meek and me and Doug Smith. And I think Stevie, but he didn't show. And we skated the fuck out of that pool. That's when I'm doing
I got photos
that.
of Stevie.
Yeah, okay, then Stevie was there that day, yeah. So I skated with some of the best pool skaters in the world. I mean, Salva and Caballero. It was fucking awesome. And it had like 4 feet of vert. And it had a good transition. It was fucking badass. Yeah.
Remember Mac Dog put that in Sick Boys movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is Keith Meek, Raging Waters Pool, drawing a very fast and fluid line.
That's the other thing I did with skateboarding and the ramp is I allowed a lot of new filmmakers have a place to film, and Mac Dog is one of them. Yeah. Yeah. Good times, man. Good times. I'm very surprised at the picture you showed me of me welding on the fucking coping, because I welded that like 3 days before the big competition because I put new coping on and I needed tabs to weld onto the back end of the coping so I could lag bolt it into the ramp. because the first year when I did the ramp, I did cement coping. And I studied cement coping to find the best stuff I could, and it still sucked. I mean, it went out too much. It was a little sticking out a little too far, and it had this weird lip on it, and it ground away. It made flakes, you know. So we wrote it and we did it, but the next year I put steel coping on it. It was way better.
some noise. The Noise Boys are here. Okay. Let's bring John Texas Gibson back for one more run. See if we can get the 8 cut. The vertical. Big front side boneless. Boosting off the lip. Lay back roll out.
Yeah, John.
15 seconds, John.
Yeah, John.
Nice carve. 4-wheel contact. That's going to be time for John Gibson. Another fine run from Pasadena, Texas. All right, thank you, John.
Lives in the Bay Area, a fixture at most backyard ramps, well-traveled sponsored amateur. Jeff's come a long way since Joe Lope's rim a couple of years ago, the Fedge band. It's just a power act.
then I did several television shows, several news things, and I was in the paper a lot. And, I was in Thrasher Mag for like 2 years solid. I mean, all the ads, all the articles were all about Raging Waters. And I did a doubles competition, which was pretty fucking cool.
We return to the Boomaramp at Raging Waters. Part of that great contest, the doubles exhibition. The skaters that participated in the exhibition actually choreographed their routines to make them as interesting and as difficult as possible. As you can see, the sport here is a real crowd pleaser. The sport of skateboarding is an electrifying thing to watch, probably because of the inherent danger of falling at any time. The skateboarders compensate for this danger by wearing top-quality safety equipment. Now consider this. When two skaters ride together, their sport becomes twice as dangerous. Helmet or no helmet, knee pad or no knee pad, when you collide, it hurts. Bod Boyle and Ben Schroeder. They demonstrated a sort of do as I do, followed the leader style before attempting some impressive crossover maneuvers. The next team featured Mike McGill and Steve Stedham. They pulled a few maneuvers of their own and then synced up for a beautiful combination. Watch as Steve performs a clean backside air over Mike while Mike ollies the channel to a rock and roll board slide. Is that beautiful or what? Meanwhile, Lance Mountain and Steve Alba choreographed their opening run. Look closely as Lance carves under Steve's 50-50 board slide, and then Steve carves under Lance's air. The team of Alba and Mountain. We're going to take another look at this one from a different angle, if you will. Lance simply hovers above as Steve carves the lip underneath. Back up on the lip, our final doubles team of Chris Miller and Steve Caballero plan their attack. First, a set of matching backside airs. Then Steve flies high over Chris, and then in their final move, board slides toward each other, but they both are going to have to bail out. That's it. We've named the duo of Mike McGill and Steve Stedham as our classic summer doubles team for this unreal combination. Steve's backside air over Mike's ollie to the board slide. And as you can tell, double skateboarding means double fun.
It was fucking badass. That was a very good moment. The other really good moment is when Stevie did the 11-foot air. And I had 3 judges. One of them was my early wife, Margaret. And she was the skate buddy. So she thought she knew what she was doing. And right after Stevie did that error, she announced it, 11 feet! And I'm like, Margaret, shut the fuck up. No, I'm the lead judge. This is a big deal. This is being filmed and everything, and the whole world's watching us right now. So you can't just say that, you know. So I had to study Mike Chantry's footage, and I also looked at what I thought I saw, and then I went, it was 11 feet, but it took me like 7 minutes to make that decision because it was a big deal.
Competition here on the Boomaramp, Raging Waters. Competition here on the Boomaramp, Raging Waters. Competition here on the Boomaramp, Raging Waters. Chris Miller. Alley-oops it. Early release on that big backside air. Settle in. Nose was out at 8 feet. Chris Miller, ladies and gentlemen, skater. Opened up that last 6 inches. Yeah. An extra half a foot out of it.
I said Tuesday. How you doing, Chris? It don't work no more.
He likes that long, fast speed attack. Let's watch him.
So I really feel proud of what I did at Raging Waters. And I think, there's a lot of people that enjoyed it and liked it, but there's a lot of the bigger audience doesn't understand what I did and what I had to go through to make this happen. And so I really feel proud that I was at the beginning of modern skateboarding. I really helped the sport grow. Here's an anecdote about Raging Waters is when it was all over, Tom said, okay, we're going to move a different direction. The ramp's over. It went 2 years. I think it was 2.5 years. And we had a lot of fun. He's like, Andy, you want to take the ramp apart? I'll burn it down. The thing had 60,000 screws in it holding it together. Yeah, it was 138 feet wide. It was fucking big. And then he laughed at me and I laughed at him. And then I said, well, get a loader and I'll operate the loader and I'll demolish it for you. But I ain't taking it apart. Fuck, no way. So that was the end of that. I think I did my best to make a difference in the industry because of the sport I love. So I did. It was all out of love. It was all out of giving back to and promoting. And one of the things I had never liked is that some of the skateboarders would tell me I sold out, because I was working with a reputable company, Raging Waters, a mainstream company. But back then, skateboarding was more underground. So I tried to bring it up and bring it mainstream. And me being one of the first guys that did mainstream skateboarding, I was, criticalized about it. And I said, dude, I'm just trying to make a living doing what I love. And, knock it off, just. So, but if you look at skateboarding now, it's everything that I did back then. So I'm very proud of what I did, and it was fun as fuck. Yeah.
After you did the boomaramp, then next after that, everyone followed suit. Powell did the animal chin ramp.
Yep.
And transitions got bigger.
Yep.
So did you have any idea that you were going to impact like the future of ramp building?
Yes and no, but mostly yes, because I knew this was like there was no more skate parks, and so we had to build shit out of wood. And I'm like, if I really want to build what I want to ride, it's going to be fucking awesome. There was this kid. He was middle of the country. I don't know where he lived, Ohio or whatever. He made a full model of Raging Waters ramp and sent me a picture of it, and it was like fucking cool. He made a model of it. It was like 2 feet long, and 1.5 feet wide, and he made a model of it. I mean, to me, to stoke some kid out enough to where he made a fucking actual model of the ramp that I built, that made it for me. I was like, yes, that's what I want. I want to inspire people, and let's just go and do it. Well, one thing I could say, it's good to see you, Tony, because I remember you were like a skinny little surf kid that was just raring to go.